watching 6 Stories at 6 with me, Tanisha Avasthi. It's a fantastic Friday with agenda stories that we have for you on this edition. Starting first up, a major revolt is brewing in the Karnataka Congress. Now, DK Shivakumar is giving clear hints, but what does it mean for the Karnataka Congress party? Meanwhile, in the national capital, there is a huge showdown over CAG report, and we have exclusive details of what's mentioned in that report. Also on the show, it's centre versus talent, not just over the language debate, but also on the delimitation process. Is there an attempt to create a north and south divide? Meanwhile, in Sambhal, was there a plot to kill the Hindu side lawyer Vishnu Shankar Jain? We get you his word on that. In Uttarakhand, there are 40 workers that are trapped in avalanche that has hit the Badrinath highway. We'll get you on what the situation is right now. And finally, the European Union President has met Prime Minister Modi, and there are key decisions that were taken in the bilateral meeting. So these are the 6 stories that we have lined up for you on the broadcast. Starting first up with the top story. Is there internal turmoil that is brewing within the Congress party? Why is it that DK Shivakumar is facing criticism from his own party members? Well, the answer lies in this one picture. Now, the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister, Congress State President DK Shivakumar's participation in Mahashivratri celebrations at Isha Foundation in Coimbatore, also attended by Union Minister Amit Shah, has drawn criticism from within his party. Now, visuals of that are on your screen. Some suggesting that they are aligning with the BJP. They see this as a strategic attempt to push Congress High Command to acknowledge his ambition to become the Chief Minister. Here's the full story.
Karnataka CM DK Shivakumar has triggered a political uproar with his visit to Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev's Isha Yoga Center on the occasion of Mahashivratri. The visit was in presence of Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Shivakumar's party Congress has come down heavily on the visit of its Karnataka Deputy CM.
ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿರೋದು ಶಿವರಾತ್ರಿ ಶಿವನ್ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಸ್ವಂತ ಬಿಲೀಫು ಯಾರು ಟ್ವೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ.
However, Shivakumar remained defiant and strongly defended his stand. He said his visit was based on personal belief. He said no one should make an issue of it. He evaded question on Congress leader KV Mohan, who criticized his visit to Isha.
Our party is a secular party, and he is the president, and he is representing a secular government. And this Jaggi Vasudev, he has given an invitation to come to his place for this Shivaratri. But this Jaggi Vasudev Rao, he has mocked our leader Rahul Gandhi in an interview. Rahul Gandhi is our leader, he is a hope of our nations. For such a function, how our party president can go? And that function, Amit Shah is our party number one enemy. He is participating in that function, and all RSS backed function.
Congress leader PV Mohan alleged in his X-handle post that such activity misleads party workers. Mohan was referring to a thank you note posted by Shivakumar for being invited to Isha Yoga Center in Coimbatore. Meanwhile, opposition BJP attacked Congress over its stand on DK Shivakumar's visit. Party leader Amit Malviya posted on X-handle slamming Congress for targeting Shivakumar. DK Shivakumar, who has been at the center of a power struggle and speculations regarding Congress leadership in Karnataka, recently refuted all BJP ties and said that he was born a congressman, but he was also a staunch Hindu at heart.
That's the story, ladies and gentlemen. Is DK Shivakumar switching sides? Now, all of this happened because of that one picture of the Mahashivratri invite of the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister, where he's seen in spotlight with Sadhguru and Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Joining me on the broadcast is GS Prashant. He's a BJP leader. GS Prashant, what's happening in Karnataka Congress? Is there a possibility of an internal revolt within the Karnataka Congress?
See, Congress in Karnataka has been divided and everybody is aware of that. You had different camps, the Siddaramaiah camp, DK Shivakumar camp, Parmeshwara camp, and God knows how many other camps that Congress is into. There is no doubt that Congress is split in Karnataka, but the fact remains that the Congress leaders are trying to now bring in Rahul Gandhi to say somebody mocked Rahul Gandhi, therefore Shivakumar should not visit. Not for a moment we are saying or stating that Shivakumar is right or wrong. Shivakumar has attended the function based on the invitation extended to him, and he's also clarified that it is his belief in God and Lord Shiva that he's attended the function. Be that as it may, in the past, all of us know what Shivakumar was up to. He called the terrorists accused as brothers. He wanted to convert some temple land into something belonging to a different religion. All those things aside, now how can you question his faith when he attends Kumbh Mela or attends a Shivratri function? How can that not be secular? So therefore, the Congress leaders first have to define what is secularism. Does secularism mean leaving out the faith that somebody has got in God, especially the Hindu belief system? Therefore, it's a clear intent to malign the entire Hindu community, what Congress is up to. And they want everybody in the Congress to be slaves of the Gandhi family, which is not the right thing. Whether Shivakumar wants to practice his faith, wants to come out, is its personal belief, and we have no one to judge. Of course, we know what he has done in the past, and probably he is wanting to give himself a good image makeover. Despite all of that, the position of Congress cannot be accepted to say that somebody who mocks Rahul Gandhi and should not extend an invitation to Shivakumar and Shivakumar should not attend it. They are wanting to be slaves of Gandhi family and they will continue to be the slaves of Gandhi family. One question I want to ask all the Congress leaders is, does anyone have the guts to pull a chair and sit in front of Sonia Gandhi? I'm sure no, because we know what the Congress president was up to. He had to stand outside the room where Priyanka Vadra was fighting nomination and he had to peep through that. He was not even respected. Dalits are not even respected in Congress. Whereas BJP believes in Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and we ensure that every person gets a dignified welcome and taken care of well, which is not happening in Congress. If you're not at the feet of the Gandhi family, they're ready to criticize you for all your actions. This mindset of the Congress has to change, of being a sycophant in terms of being, I would say, gulams of the first family of Congress, the Gandhi Parivar. They should stop being it.
Absolutely. Thank you, GS Prashant, for speaking to Republic and sharing your insights on that. Moving on to the other stories that we're tracking. And now this one is from the national capital, where the Comptroller and Auditor General report on healthcare in the national capital has put the previous Aam Aadmi Party government in the dock. Republic has exclusively accessed the details of the CAG report on health, which has flagged several criminal lapses in the healthcare and underutilization of public funds in the capital, and at a time when millions in Delhi were battling COVID pandemic. The report has been tabled in the Delhi Assembly. Let's tell you what the report says. Now, the report essentially gives out an idea of what has been the findings of the CAG report. Now, there are 14 Mohalla clinics which has no power backup. Now, this is what the Aam Aadmi Party health model looks like. 6 Mohalla clinics had no basic checkup table. Now, that was the basic facilities that were denied to the patients who were being admitted in the Mohalla clinic, which the Aam Aadmi Party claimed is a health model that is for the national capital. Meanwhile, there are 21 Mohalla clinics which has no toilets. Now, these are the findings that are there in the CAG report. Meanwhile, 18 Mohalla clinics had no thermometers, in fact. Now, if you see, the pattern is simple. There are basic necessities which are needed for the patient which are missing. Meanwhile, 45 Mohalla clinics had no X-ray viewing machines. Now, these basic facilities is what was denied to the general public who were waiting to avail the facilities at the Mohalla clinic. Meanwhile, we also been joined by BJP MP Kamalji Sharawat on the broadcast. Kamalji, there are serial criminal lapses which are flagged in the CAG report about the Aam Aadmi Party's healthcare model, which they claimed is world class.
There is 2 things which are very much important. Number 1, the government CM was always saying that they are the most literate, most sensible person of this government, or you can say in India. Secondly, he always claims that Mohalla Clinic is the best services in the world. He always claimed that. Now, as per your report, the basic facilities are not available in the Mohalla Clinic. Toilet, which is the basic facility for any of the public place, that is not there. Thermometer, glucometer, which are the basic instrument for any of the health checkup, that are not available. And you will be surprised to know that the capital expenditure, if you will ask about the last year, 35 crore was sanctioned, only 9 crore was used by the government. So you can just check by the facts that the claim and the fact reality are so much differ with each other that the people of Delhi are feeling like cheated. And again, I want to say that this is the capital state where the government, Delhi state, was not able to provide the services, but more than that, they deny to provide or to accept the services provided by the central government. Ayushman, which was one of the useful scheme for the whole India, Delhi's are not available to avail that scheme due to the rude, or I can say the adamant behavior of Delhi government. So it is ridiculous that the situation is so worst in Delhi about the health.
Right, Kamalji, thank you very much for sharing your views on that. It remains to be seen on what action will be taken after the CAG report has now been tabled in the Assembly. Moving on to the other stories that we are tracking now. Amid the raging language war, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin fired a fresh salvo at the centre, saying that it was bent on needlessly imposing a third language in the state in the artificial agency intelligence. Meanwhile, wading into the language row, Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi signalled on the rigid two-language policy as the reason why the state's youth were being deprived of livelihood opportunities elsewhere in the country. Also weighing in was Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, accused the Stalin government of wiping up negative emotions to advance its narrow political agenda.
The language storm in Tamil Nadu showed no signs of letting up, as Chief Minister M.K. Stalin took fresh pot shots at the centre over the proposed three-language policy for the states. In a fresh salvo at the BJP, Stalin said at a time when the world has embraced artificial intelligence, it was adamant on imposing a needless third language in the south. Meanwhile, South superstar and Makkal Nidhi Mayam chief Kamal Hassan came out in Stalin's support amid the language war, calling him a bulwark to protect the interests of the state. However, wading in the language row, Tamil Nadu's Governor R.N. Ravi made a strong argument for the national education policy. The governor blamed the rigid two-language policy in the state for depriving the state's youth of opportunities elsewhere in the country. He said that unfair stance of the ruling DMK has turned Tamil Nadu into a neglected backyard. Clapping back at Governor Ravi, State Law Minister S. Raghupati said that he should refrain from imparting lessons to Tamils on their language affinity. Meanwhile, in a scathing takedown of the ruling DMK in Tamil Nadu, Union Tourism Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat accused it of typically falling back on its ploy to whip up negative emotions and peddling false narratives to advance its narrow political agenda. As the language war explodes, is the DMK seeing the national education policy as a threat to its identity politics?
The Archaeological Survey of India has submitted its inspection report on the Shahi Jama Mosque in Sambhal following the directions of the Allahabad High Court. Now, ASI report had stated that the structure as a whole is in good condition and that there is no need of urgency of repainting. However, the ASI has raised concerns over repair and renovation carried out by the mosque management. Meanwhile, Vishnu Shankar Jain, remember, who was allegedly the target of the rioters, has spoken to Republic. Here's what he has to say.
विस्तृत रूप से जो भी 19 तारीख और 24 तारीख का घटनाक्रम था वो और जिस तरह से हिंसा भड़की, हिंसा के क्या कारण थे, वो डिटेल रूप में हमने न्यायिक
हिंसा को लेकर कई एलिगेशंस आपके ऊपर भी लगे कि आपने जय श्री राम के नारे लगाए, इस तरीके की वीडियोस या सोशल मीडिया पे काफी कुछ चलाया गया। क्या इस बारे में भी उनकी क्वेरी थी कि आप क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं, क्या ऐसा कुछ हुआ?
जी बिल्कुल, हमने सारी बातें जो हुई हैं, घटनाक्रम वो बताया। और 24 तारीख को जब इस भारी हिंसा के बीच में मैं निकल पाया था, तब वहाँ पे स्थानीय लोगों ने जय श्री राम के नारे लगाए थे। मेरी तरफ से कोई जय श्री राम का नारा नहीं लगाया गया, ना कोई ऐसी वीडियो फुटेज किसी के पास अवेलेबल है। तो गलत आरोप लगाने की काम किया गया और पॉलिटिसाइज करने का काम किया गया। तो अब न्यायिक आयोग इस मामले की जांच कर रहा है, तो मैंने सारी चीजें न्यायिक आयोग के ऊपर छोड़ दी हैं और मुझे न्यायिक आयोग के पूरी कार्रवाई पे और उनके आदेश पे पूर्ण विश्वास है।
41 BRO workers are trapped under the avalanche near the high altitude border village of Mana in Uttarakhand's Turmoil district. Now the snow slide has initially buried 57 workers, but 16 of them were rescued who are under critical condition. The avalanche buried a camp of Border Roads Organization between Mana and Badrinath. Mana, 3 kilometers away from Badrinath, is the last village on India-Tibet border at a height of about 3,200 meters. Now, at least 41 roads organization workers are still trapped under an avalanche in Uttarakhand's Turmoil district. The SDRF drone team is also ready. However, due to snowfall, drone operations are impossible right now. Visuals of which are on your screen. The rescue operations are underway. Piyush, my colleague, is reporting live. He is en route Badrinath. Piyush, what is the situation right now? Have the 41 workers been rescued?
So, Tanisha, right now the rescue work of the 42 contractual workers who were working for the Border Roads Organization is being undertaken. Fortunately, there were 16 workers that have been rescued so far. But yes, taking into consideration that they were trapped under the glacier burst due to an avalanche, right now they are under surveillance, and we hope and pray that the 16 workers who have been rescued are well and fine. However, there was today an unfortunate incident that occurred at around 8:30 to 9 a.m. at Mana village, which is just on the border of the Indo-Tibetan border because of a glacier burst that had taken place due to an avalanche. Now, luckily, because there were force of the Indo-Tibetan border police along with the Indian army that was stationed over here, the rescue work did not take much of time, and it started off immediately, thus leading to the rescue of the 16 workers so far. Now, taking into consideration that there are still 42 workers who are still trapped inside the avalanche, the team from the National Disaster Resource Fund, that is the NDRF, along with the SDRF Uttarakhand, have gone over there to expedite the rescue work. But taking into consideration that the weather conditions are incremental, they're detrimental, there is constant snowfall and there's rainfall which is occurring. We hope and pray that these 42 workers which are trapped under the glacier, they also get rescued.
Right. Piyush, thank you for sharing all those details. Rescue operations are underway and we hope for the speedy rescue of the 41 trapped workers. Moving on to the other stories that we're tracking now. Visiting European Union President has praised India as a leading voice in bringing to the fore the concerns of many countries in the global south. Now, she also met Prime Minister Narendra Modi. There was a bilateral held and several key issues were discussed. Here's all that you need to know.
The visiting European Union President Ursula von der Leyen has praised India as the leading voice of the global south. Delivering a keynote speech at College of Commissioners to India, the EU President said that India can play a unique role as a bridge between the global south and the rest of the world.
India can play a unique role as a bridge between the global south and the rest of the world, between the Indo-Pacific and Europe. We can invest in projects that transport energy across India and between India and the world.
The EU President referred to the India-Middle East-Europe corridor signed last year in New Delhi as a historic opportunity and an amazing project.
The India-Middle East-Europe corridor that we launched here in New Delhi in 2023 during India's G20 presidency, in my view, is a historic opportunity to bring this to life.